But make sure you like, comment, subscribe, right? You're back into the video right now. And yeah, this is the last video of the day for me personally. I'm very I'm happy with all these videos I'm reacting to. Like, I only seen the titles and thumbnails of these videos, and I put in a stash and said, let me just put it out for y'all. And this is the last video I have so far for today, at least. Y'all see me with the same shirt, obviously. So I'm actually pretty surprised at what we got going on with these videos and what's in these videos itself. You know, it's very inspiring, and that's crazy interesting to see exactly how AI and this world is going to change eventually and what they got going on. So let's dive into this video right now.
Taking off sooner than you think. An aviation company based here in the U.S. is pushing it one step closer after receiving a special airworthiness certification
Damn,
from the
that shit
Federal
bulky as
Aviation
hell.
Administration. Now, this allows test
Imagine this.
of the
Imagine this
sports car
on everyday
in
basis.
limited locations. So, Lori Garrow, just joining us now,
Imagine getting pulled over midair. Imagine getting pulled over midair. What you mean step out the car? I ain't stepping out no car. It's over. It's over for you. One bad accident up there. Oh my God, it's chaos down there. Especially they were over a bridge. Oh Lord. That could be something crazy.
the co-director for the Center for Urban and Regional Air Mobility at Georgia Tech. Thanks for joining us. So this is like science fiction coming to reality eventually. And so just because it has this FAA certification, it doesn't actually mean that we're going to be seeing these vehicles on the road or in the sky. This vehicle in particular goes on the road and the sky anytime soon. Can you explain like what the certification?
Because if I'm paying $50,000, I don't know. It should probably be marked up damn near. It's probably expensive as a probably I don't know, something that's $300,000 or more, depending on what the quality of the vehicle itself. I know the flight itself, the car being in flight is probably be marked up itself high, but tell me about it.
It really means.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me here today, Anne-Marie. So this is an FAA special certification for an experimental category. So this means that the aircraft can operate in limited use conditions. Two of the big ones are for exhibition, right? So just showing people what the capabilities of the aircraft are, getting them used to the idea. But more importantly, it is
getting used to the idea. I'm not trying to judge or anything, but you know, we've getting movies over time of, obviously you guys, or maybe if you're older, you've seen the Jetsons. If you're younger, you've probably seen Meet the Robinsons or any other futuristic kind of Futurama, even though it's not really like human based, but you know, it is human based, but you know what I'm talking about.
Allows the aircraft to operate for research and development purposes.
Okay.
So being able to test it in different environments to help inform future design.
Street driving and vertical takeoff. 100% electric. Okay. Planned deliveries in 2025. Driving range 200 miles. Flight range 110. I'm not saying this is not bad, but you're gonna need to get gas or whatever it's gonna. Oh, not gas. This is 100% electric. What the hell is going on with me? This is 100% electric. So this is why in California, this is something that's happening in California. Alef Model A. It look like a damn near. Do look like a Meet the Robinsons vehicle or Jetsons. Really? It look like a Tesla. They are everything being modeled off a Tesla. So we'll see how it looks.
That would allow it to become aircraft worthy, where it's safe enough for full paying passengers to fly it.
So we've got like some specs on the screen of the Model A,
Okay.
And we can see that it's 100% electric. But how does this car work? Because it drives, but it also flies.
Correct. So when you look at the car, it's very sleek. Looks great. It looks like any other normal car. The first thing you notice is that it's not solid metal though. It's got a mesh body. Mesh allows for air to go through it. So you can drive the car on the road, but behind or underneath, if you want to think where you're sitting, there's actually 8 propellers and 2 wings.
This shit sideways. This shit hella thick. That shit like sideways. But yo, imagine some heavy winds that day. You talk about the air could go right through the vehicle, not like the air is going in the vehicle, but I'm saying push the vehicle. It's light, can't be heavy.
Don't see, so they're hidden.
That motherfucker
so
sideways.
If you want to take off vertically, the propellers basically aim to lift you off the ground. But if you want to go longer distances, you can't just rely on the propellers. The wings make things more efficient. So in that case, you, the passenger, are sitting in, let's say, your pod or where you would have your steering wheel, but the car is going to rotate behind you. And so if there's a wing, for instance, that's on the passenger side, 2 wheels, and there's a wing that's on the driver's side, 2 wheels, the car is literally rotating so that wings basically are now behind you and you fly. So it's like this sort of rotation that happens that you don't realize, or I like to say all of a sudden now it's like I'm lying on my back you're not, but it would be the equivalent of like lying on your back where the hood of the car would have been. So you're no longer looking at the hood, you're looking at nothing in front of you, right? The car's all behind you.
What?
So why am I staring it? If I'm not looking at nothing, I don't need to be staring it. Just make it AI. Because you get more people with this. There's gonna be so many crashes with that shit if they have people actually physically driving it. Just make that shit AI, almost like a roller coaster. But that shit gonna be too controlled and shit. That shit, I wouldn't trust it fully. And who the fuck is the FAA? We gonna figure that out. What's the FFA? Federal Auto Administration?
Way cooler than anything the Jetsons had, for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
So
they need to stop talking. I need to see what the hell going on. Where the vehicle
at? I think the maximum speed is like 25 miles an hour. It doesn't have the capability of going super fast, despite the sleek look. It's really sort of meant for flying. But just like electric vehicles, where it's only now that they're kind of really investing in the infrastructure that's necessary.
Okay.
I imagine you're going to need some specific infrastructure for a vehicle like this. Like, it needs a place to land, right?
Yeah.
Right. So clearly you need a lot of infrastructure. The key would be, if you're operating on batteries, you need charging infrastructure, right?
Okay.
So
Tested.
That's going to be a big one. I do believe that you're going to need dedicated takeoff and landing areas. And part of the reason is, if you can imagine, these A propellers are generating a lot of downdraft or wind, right?
Yeah.
So you don't want to be landing it in a normal street where pedestrians are walking, because that would not be safe. The wind may even knock them over.
Okay.
The other infrastructure that we often don't think about is
the
radio
on that
itself.
Shit? It said technology feature. Y'all got a radio on there?
So when we're on the ground, we have red lights and stop signs.
Why y'all have a video of y'all closing the garage of it showing in there? Because it's not actually in there. It looked fake. It looked like a cartoon, like a AI version. Let me zoom into this shit. That shit looks real to y'all? I'm not tripping.
Things that tell us how we can merge or who has the right of way. We would need to design the airspace or look at things to avoid conflict with drones, conflict with commercial aircraft, but also maybe merge lanes, right? There could be highways in the sky that we use to fly these aircraft in.
So you should tell people that, like, the video that we're looking at right now, I presume has been provided by the company. I don't think we actually have video of whatever their prototype looks like, but this is kind of the best case scenario. They already have people who put a down payment down. The expectation is that this vehicle is going to cost about $300,000.
What I say? I told y'all. Yo, I ain't watched this video, bro. Y'all think I'm tripping, bro. Like, this is my first time reacting to this, John. I told you it's gonna be like $300,000 for this. I told y'all. Ain't get to fly, and you get to drive in a regular road. I was thinking, like, maybe, like, not before watching the video. I think it would just only be flying only. But nah, they doing both.
The last video I saw from the company says that they got about 440 people who have already, put money down, and they want this vehicle.
440 people.
They say production.
I wish I had my second phone. Y'all lucky my phone. I'm using my phone for recording right now. I would, with 440 times $300,000.
To deliver their Model A, which is just a 2-seater. They expect the delivery date to be sometime in 2025, and then they're working on a 4-person sedan that would be delivered by 2035.
2030, damn. 35?
From your perspective, is this a realistic timeline?
So the way I like to think about this is there's a lot of different design hurdles that we have to go through between, getting, let's say, the first aircraft that passengers can fly in off the ground, pun intended, versus something that might really be able to be integrated into our lives. So a next hurdle would be going through the manufacturing process, this Model A, sort of demonstrating that it is has another level of airworthy certification. I think 2025 is probably a little aggressive for that. We're seeing FAA take its time, right? These are new aircraft, a lot of different situations we haven't faced before.
Why not?
So I think having a more realistic, expectation on that timeline is appropriate. But the other example I like to give is when we had the jet engine. Believe it or not, when we had the jet engine, to fly from London to Tokyo at the beginning took 10 stops in 36 hours.
Wow.
And now we're down to a nonstop with 14 hours.
What the fuck?
So when we think about where these cars are headed, there's going to be a lot of trade-offs between getting new batteries.
So we're going to need planes anymore?
Powered to let us go faster and longer.
Yeah.
As well as on the ground, right? 25 miles an hour is a low-speed vehicle. I like to think about it. We're sort of in the classification of
that motherfucker hit the corner faster than 25.
The golf cart, right? That we're using in the retirement communities,
right?
Controlled settings. This is not a car we're going to be able to take on the highway.
I have one more quick question too, and I don't know if we know this, but I know like drones are actually pretty loud. Just a good quality.
Good question.
Do you have any idea how loud this vehicle would be?
You gonna wake up the neighbors with that shit?
So it's quieter than a helicopter is what we are being told by the design community. So the propellers and the distributed propeller system is quieter than helicopters. They could still be noisy. But one of the other advantages of using these distributed propulsion systems is you can sort of direct the noise away from certain areas. So if you're flying near schools or sensitive populations, you have the ability to direct noise away from them, which could be another advantage.
Well, Lori, I'm typically...
I ain't gonna lie. This got me... Hey, I'm gonna look up this company. We gonna react to this company and see what the car actually look like. They showing the garage closed. They're showing the garage closed with the vehicle inside. Like, I can't see the vehicle. Y'all gotta chill out with that. Like, I'm excited to see a vehicle, but y'all not making it real exciting. I need to see the whole thing. I'm showing a nigga hitting the corner hard as hell around some mountains like we in Fantastic Four right now. And what y'all doing? Like, Fantastic Four and Silver Surfer, when they popped up with the vehicle, and they was flying, they all split up and shit. Versus Dr. Doom, when they also gets popped. Y'all ain't, alright, whatever. But y'all know what I'm talking about. Real Marvel fans know what I'm talking about. But thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna catch y'all later. It's my last video for today. So I'll see y'all next time. Stay up, stay humble. Peace.